The breaking news involving President Biden. The president on the world stage again today, hosting that high-stakes NATO meeting in Washington. But one of the major headlines today involved former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. She was asked if the president should stay in the race, and her choice of words made immediate news. The influential Democratic donor, actor George Clooney, called on the president to get out of the race, saying, "You saved democracy and you must do so again by getting out." And what else Clooney said today? But the former Speaker Nancy Pelosi said, "We're all encouraging President Biden to make his decision because time is running short," in her words. But the president has already said he's staying in this race. So, what's going on here?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
President Biden just moments ago welcoming the new British Prime Minister to the Oval Office, hoping to turn the page from the crisis engulfing his campaign. The president has defiantly rejected calls to drop out, insisting he's staying in the race and urging Democrats to rally around him. Still today, the powerful former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, went on television and said she'll support whatever decision the president makes. But she was pressed, hasn't he already announced he's staying in the race?
It's up to the president to decide if he is going to run. We're all encouraging him to make that decision because time is running short. I think overwhelming support of the caucus. It's not for me to say. I'm not the head of the caucus anymore, but he's beloved. He is respected, and people want him to make that decision, not me.
He has said he has made the decision. He has said firmly this week he is going to run. Do you want him to run?
I want him to do whatever he decides to do, and that's the way it is. Whatever he decides, we go with.
Pelosi urging Democrats to give the president space until the NATO conference ends this week.
I think it's really important, and I would hope everyone would join in, to let him deal with this NATO conference. And I've said to everyone, let's just hold off. Whatever you're thinking, either tell somebody privately, but you don't have to put that out on the table until we see how we go this week.
But Pelosi's suggestion that Biden's decision might not be final sent shockwaves rippling through the Capitol, where I caught up with her.
Do you believe that him waiting so long to make this decision could harm the
I'm not going to make any comments in the hallway about the fate of our nation. Okay?
Are you concerned whether or not he can win in November?
I think he can win.
Do you believe he should run for re-election?
I'm not speaking English to you. I'm not going to be making any statements about any of that right now in the hallway.
At a meeting of NATO leaders, the president asked about Pelosi's comments.
President Biden, is Nancy Pelosi still behind you, sir?
Hours later, another blow. The New York Times publishing this op-ed from actor and Democratic megadonor George Clooney. "I love Joe Biden, but we need a new nominee." Just 3 weeks ago, Clooney raised $30 million for the president at a star-studded Hollywood fundraiser. But today, Clooney writes, "It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate." Clooney was blunt. "We are not going to win in November with this president. On top of that, we won't win the House, and we're going to lose the Senate. This isn't only my opinion. This is the opinion of every senator and Congress member and governor that I've spoken with in private. Every single one, irrespective of what he or she is saying publicly." Clooney, a major player in Democratic politics, ending with this: "Joe Biden is a hero. He saved democracy in 2020. We need him to do it again in 2024. But tonight, the president giving no indications he's dropping out.
4 more years! 4 more years!
The first president to walk a picket line, making a personal visit to the headquarters of the crucial labor powerhouse, the AFL-CIO.
We're better positioned than any country in the world to own the remainder of the 21st century because of union labor.
The brief appearance meant to send the signal that unions are on his side.
Tomorrow, top officials from the Biden campaign are expected to head up to Capitol Hill to persuade Democrats why they should rally behind the president. On the other hand, you learned tonight that House Democratic Speaker Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader, has promised his members that he will convey their concerns to the president. So it seems like messages are being exchanged back and forth here. I have been informed that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has invited top Biden campaign advisors to meet with Senate Democrats to address their concerns. Meanwhile, Leader Hakeem Jeffries has been holding meetings with his members.